What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Welcome to a world debut factory first look of the all-new 2026 Newmar Freedom Air model 2515. You guys already know the drill. We are here at RV Open House in Elkhart, Indiana, taking a look at the newest, latest, and greatest. And with us today, showing us this beautiful motorhome, we have my good friend, Matt Ellinger. Matt, Vice President of Newmar?
Yeah, Vice President of Sales.
Bro, congratulations. We have. Used to be my factory rep for Winnebago down in Florida. So congratulations on that role. It's been a couple years now, right?
Yeah.
So no more congratulations. But congratulations on this all new segment of motorhomes that Newmar is getting in. It's about dang time. People love Mercedes and they love Newmar, and now here we are with the Freedom Air. Matt, tell us what we got going on here. This is your video. Take it away.
I mean, honestly, that's a great point. We wanted to create something on the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter chassis for a couple reasons. Our goals were twofold. One, we knew that we needed to expand the breadth and depth of our product line, and this is a really good fit. When you think of Mercedes, their tagline is the best or nothing. We felt like that very much aligned with our values and how we build motorhomes and how we service motorhomes.
Yes.
So we thought that that was going to be a great marriage for us. And then the other thing that we wanted to do is that we didn't want people who are either tired of their 45-foot Dutch Star, or 43-foot Dutch Star or 45-foot Newmar, that they honestly had to trade down and get a little more flexible in their camping. Now they can trade down and keep that Newmar diesel DNA, but now it's in a compact C form.
I love it. I love the way the Mercedes looks. And it just, even the chassis part, it looks like a higher end chassis than some of the other B+ Class C Mercedes that I'm used to seeing.
You're right, Matt. So a couple things to know about the chassis is that we first started on the Mercedes-Benz 4500 chassis and the 3500.
What's that going to do for everybody?
So it gives us the ability to add more weight. So what it does is twofold. When we first started this project, there were some non-negotiables.
Okay.
We said, one, we wanted to put the way we build a motorhome is a little bit different from pinch-rolled sidewalls and like the traditional sidewalls that are built. I mean, ours have home house insulation. It's more of a residential build. So when we said, okay, we will never compromise on the build of our sidewalls, floors, and walls, we realized that we could do that on this chassis. So that was non-negotiable number one. Non-negotiable number two is we wanted to keep real craftsmanship of our woodworkers in this coach.
Okay.
That's what makes Newmar Newmar. The Amish heritage of crafting our wood cabinets. We didn't want to use what they call technoform cabinets, which is a little bit different, that may weigh a little bit less, but we wanted to continue with that true Newmar form. We wanted this to be an absolute Newmar. Now, to do that, we knew that we needed a couple extra 1,000 pounds to build on top of this coach. So for us, it was super important to do.
Good. And I do want to let everybody know, this is not a normal episode of Matt's RV Reviews. There's no 3 things I like, 3 things I don't like. This is Matt's video. Well, I guess it is still Matt's RV Reviews, Matt. Yeah. But this is Matt's video to kind of introduce us to this. As soon as I get one of these on General RV's lots, that's when I'll do my full opinionated walkthrough. But Matt, tell us some things on the outside that really makes this unit stand out, especially if somebody's looking at some of the competitor units to Freedom Air.
Think high-end, think luxury, think everything that Newmar stands for is quality of build, service after the sale, the craftsmanship that goes into each of the Newmar. And this is what I like to term is diesel DNA or Newmar DNA, right? So even from the outset, we wanted to kind of have this really nice curved area here where the fiberglass meets the actual cab, and just a really nice big stepping area that it's not very. It's nice and thick. It fits your whole shoe if you needed it to. We're only going to use the Alcoa rims instead of stainless steel simulators. So again, just make sure we have that. And make sure we have this. When we talk about the diesel DNA, this is the exact same grab handle that gives you the ability to lock this door as our King Air.
Love that.
You know, it's awesome. So we wanted to make sure we had that from the outside, and then the Newmar paint.
I was about to say, one of the big things is this paint job. Seamless fiberglass front cap. Is there a windshield up there?
There is.
Okay,
yeah.
with a windshield.
With a windshield.
Look,
and insulated too. That's the big deal too, because some manufacturers, again, to get to a price point, they don't insulate that front cab up there. That is all insulated with that Newmar traditional home house insulation. And then the other thing, Matt, that we did that was unique is, if you kind of sit here and you look at the front of this motorhome, if you see kind of the curves of the Mercedes-Benz chassis, we wanted to emulate that with the cab over.
Love that.
Really important for us.
Love that. Let's take a look at some of this aluminum storage. And of course, we got a beautiful paint job with frameless windows.
So Matt, watch this. These are the same baggage doors that I have on a London Air.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go.
London Air. So for us, it was really important when we talk about what you get in a compact Class C from Newmar is you're going to get some of the things that we do on our traditional high-end diesels out there. So not only do you have the storage, but look at that pass-through that you're going to get on a 25-foot motorhome, which again just doesn't traditionally happen in this space. We wanted to make sure that we gave it to you.
Awesome. Right over here, we got a TV on the outside. Samsung.
Samsung TV with a Bose sound system. Again, at Newmar, you know, we believe in using name brands, and not only name brands. We said the tagline for Mercedes-Benz is the best or nothing, right? You know, Bose, one of the best. Samsung, one of the best. So again, making sure that we continue with those hallmark, must-haves. It was very important for us. So the exterior of this coach, there's two different versions of this coach, and you can get it in with a propane-based generator, or you can do a lithium-powered power pack by Lithionics. And the nice thing about this is 960 amp hours
Okay.
lithium power, which means that you eliminate the generator and everything's run on the battery. All electric, man.
Fantastic. Right over here, we got a little bit more storage.
And then watch this. This is kind of neat when, you know, if you needed a little bit extra more,
There you go.
pop that up. And if you needed to get it a little bit higher, you certainly can.
And more storage back here. Matt, this motorhome is absolutely exquisite on the outside. You want to talk to us about this rear cab?
For sure. So one of the things when I stand back here and I look at the rear cab, we talk about diesel DNA and we talk about Newmar DNA. Matt, that is the same look and feel as the Newmar Ventana.
Yeah.
So again, traditional back cap, but man, that gives you a diesel feel. When I put in this awning, you're going to see that it's an integrated awning. Actually, if you want to kind of pan over to what the Summit Air has, an integrated awning on a $1 million Super C, we have very similar on our compact Class C too.
Love that.
So again, it's very, very high end, very luxurious. That's the route that we wanted to go. The other thing we wanted to do, 5,000 pound hitch. We wanted to make sure we had that, and then we love how this back cap came out with the ability to have the elongated brake lights, because if you do have a tow vehicle that takes up most of this space here, this will still show when you're braking. It's very important to us for safety reasons to have that.
Absolutely. Anything else on the driver's side?
Yeah, just kind of look and feel. Traditional Newmar wet bay. Back inside here, all home house water filter that'll filter everything from the shower to the sink. So everything inside the coach is going to be filtered. Little different. We traditionally we use HWH hydraulic slides, electric slides. This is a new slide out mechanism for us. We tested it many times, and we found that this was the best feature for us, is to have a lot of these exact slides inside the coach.
Perfect. I love how you painted the slide out walls as well.
Again, we talk about diesel DNA, and I'm looking at an Essex right over there. And that Essex and that New Air, the paint flows through the side of the coach. I mean, this is non-existent with other manufacturers in this space. But we're not like other manufacturers in this space. We know that we're going to be priced at a certain price point, but we want you to know that you're getting a lot for that price point. And this is just another continuation of what I like to call a Newmar diesel in a 25-footer.
I love it. I love it. Well, Matt, let's check out the inside, unless there was anything else on the outside you wanted to point out.
Really, this is kind of neat too. I mean, storage, and that's some of that pass-through storage here, but I think some of your viewers will be wondering what that is. When you have the option of an all-electric coach, we're actually putting hydronic heat in this coach.
Love that.
So it's not a traditional suburban furnace. It's not kind of it is that hydronic heat that again gives you just that diesel feel, that diesel look, and that's what this is the exhaust for the diesel hydronic heat, and that'll come right off of your diesel fuel that's going to be in this engine.
I love that. Can we take a look at the inside?
Yeah, for sure.
We're sick of waiting. This motorhome looks fantastic, and we are super excited to see what you guys did on the inside. Let me walk through it first. All right, and the bed is down, and we will get that bed up in momentarily.
So Matt, this is proto number 2.
Okay. Let me walk through it first, and then we'll start right up there. Yeah. So let me walk through it. And then let's give a big shout out to the sponsor of today's episode. Hey everyone, it's Matt from Matt's RV Reviews. As a full-time RV reviewer, there's one thing that's a big pet peeve of mine when it comes to RVs. And it's so funny because it doesn't matter if I'm reviewing a $10,000 travel trailer or $1 million motorhome, they all have one thing in common. That all the mattresses from the RV manufacturers suck. That's why I fully endorse RVmattress.com, a Brooklyn bedding company. What RVmattress.com is they make mattresses specifically designed for the RVs that we have, from $1 million motorhomes all the way down to $10,000 travel trailers. Here are their 3 best-selling mattresses. One, the Aurora Luxe, which is their top-of-the-line mattress that has the cooling pillow top that it doesn't matter what type of environment you're in, this mattress is going to cool you down, especially if you are a hot sleeper. Second is their signature mattress. This is the best value mattress in the RV industry. It's that perfect combination of quality and price where you're getting an amazing value. And then my personal favorite mattress is the all-new Titan mattress, which is one of their most durable mattresses. Click the link down below and go on RVmattress.com's website to see what mattress fits you perfectly. Fun fact about RVmattress.com, their factory's based in Phoenix, Arizona. They have a 120-night sleep trial guarantee and free shipping anywhere in the United States. Again, click the link down below and figure out why the whole RV industry is raving about RVmattress.com. And just like that, we're back. Just like that, we're back. Matt, prototype number 2, tell me more.
Yeah, prototype number 2. We built 2 of these. Actually, we're building 4 prototypes, Matt.
Okay.
For a couple different reasons. This is the first time in 55 years that Newmar has had another line at our plant. So you have line 1, and that's where everything from a Baystar to a New Air to an Essex to a King Air goes down the exact same line. And our skilled workers that have a tenure that averages 10 years, and that's super important. We took some of those guys and we built line 2 that'll only build the Freedom Air.
Wow.
So that's it. So the other important thing to know about what we're doing too is in our eyes we're going to have what's called a no dust line. Is usually traditionally on a manufacturing line you do have cutting, right? You have some cutting that goes along, and sometimes maybe you have a slide out come in and you'll see the dust or a little screw that that happens when a slide comes in. On this line of the Freedom Air, we're going to do all of that on one half of the building, right? And it's going to be kitted, and on the other half is only going to be an assembly line. So it's literally just to assemble the motorhomes. And
wow.
They're going to have vacuums, and they're going to vacuum up every single station. So when General RV gets this unit, it literally will be ready to deliver, I believe, on day 1 that it hits the lot. So
let's go.
Super important for us to, again, that's Newmar. That's non-negotiable. That's what we do. That is our hallmark. That is traditional values of what Newmar should provide.
You know what? And I want to comment on that. Yeah. When we are going to go over the MSRP, and this is not the cheapest Mercedes on the market, but you guys, the ones that complain about the manufacturers that make price points that fit your budget, which nothing's wrong with them, and I love those manufacturers, this is the other end of that. This is what you want when, almost like what you say, turnkey for the most part.
Correct. Yep.
Yep.
And then if there is something that goes wrong, you will be able to come to Napanee if you want to and get into our beautiful service center. We call it the best home field advantage in the industry. and be alongside some of your big brothers, right? You know, some of the bigger 45-foot diesels that are around in here too. So, but no, I kind of will start with, how about we start up here? So,
Talk to me.
This is pretty neat. We designed a really cool overhead bunk. You could use this for sleeping. You could use this for storage. If you are using it for storage and want to kind of say, okay, hey, I'm having people over, you'll push this down and then hide that area. Or just use it as a nice little area so you can go to sleep. And then this shade will be on a power. So if you wanted to raise this up and give you a little more natural sunlight in here, you certainly can do that as well. So very easy, 500 pounds of weight capacity is going to be on this bed. Push this up like this. Sorry. Push this up. This is the first coach that you'll find in that we have real Italian leather inside a compact Class C.
Nice.
Most of the time you'll have ultra leather. This is the same leather that we use in all of our high-end Air products. We named this the Freedom Air, and it's an interesting story for a couple different reasons. One, we wanted to make it an Air because we thought that the higher-end Mercedes-Benz is what we wanted to do. We embossed that awesome Newmar logo in here. We wanted to make it as luxurious and comfortable for our customers. But the reason we called it Freedom Air is because we love freedom, right? You know, that's very important to us as American-made manufacturer here in Napanee, Indiana. But the also other thing too is that we wanted to give someone who traditionally has a big bus and get into some spots where they now have the freedom to get into. You know, whether that's Harvest Host campgrounds that don't allow, 35, 40-foot motorhomes in.
Yes.
Now you can take your Newmar anywhere that you want. We created this for the couple who's visiting the kids and want to park, right outside in the driveway, that just can't do it with their bus.
Right.
That to us, and then also new people that are into this industry and just, are used to having a luxury product. Now we're getting new buyers into the Newmar family, and they can go up from here if they want to. So super, super nice. And again, just kind of pointing out a couple things that we have inside there. Again, prototype. So there's some finishes, and I'll say that we're about 95 to 99% done with everything in this coach. But there could be some little things here and there, probably not customer facing.
And one thing I want to call out with Mercedes, lane assist, adaptive cruise control, collision mitigation, all that.
Absolutely, yeah. So
perfect.
When we actually, when we got our chassis, we partnered with our brothers over at Grand Design.
Okay.
And we actually have the exact same specs.
There you go.
So for us, having all of those safety features were very important to us.
Perfect. Look at that sofa.
So the unique thing about these theater seats is that they are power.
Yep.
So you can sit back, kick your legs up, and watch the television. And the other unique thing is that it actually has a power headrest.
Okay.
So you can kind of position your head where you want to, or quite frankly, take a nap in this thing because it is super, super nice.
The one thing I absolutely love is the fact that I call it a 2.5 theater seat sofa. So that now your dog can lay up here and put their head on your lap. You got nice cabinetry above, and it looks like extremely plush and fancy furniture.
It is. Yep, for sure. Kind of moving on, we wanted some really nice industry first. That's an 87-inch galley that you'll see inside this coach. So the ability to put the air fryer, the ability to put the Keurig, the ability to have some actual space up here on the campground side. These are actually, Matt, these are dual pane windows.
Let's go.
Which again, you just don't find in this space a lot of times. Sometimes they're the acrylic version of a dual pane window, but this is awesome. We were able to keep the dual pane windows. If you wanted to have the little area here, and then if you wanted to have the screen, so blackout and screen, really easy. Nice big open stainless steel basin sink. Underneath the sink, we really wanted to capture a lot of that storage, right?
Wow.
So this to us was really important for storage, to have an actual regular size trash can instead of that tiny little thing that manufacturers put in there that really is kind of useless.
Okay.
But again, we talk about real wood, right? We talk about what makes a Newmar, dovetail construction, right? Soft close drawers. again, pop this open, but all of this is our traditional hardwood. This, as you see it now, this is our dark wood with a high gloss to it. But,
yes.
But Matt, just like in true Newmar fashion, you have the ability to two-tone these cabinets. You have the ability for a couple different sheens. You can go high gloss, you can go matte finish, and that's the beauty of what Newmar gives you, is the ability to choose. We just don't have, hey, here's 2 different interior designs, this is all you're going to get. No, this is customizable luxury. That's who Newmar is.
Love that.
We really have to give you the keys to kind of customize how you want this thing built. And that's the same thing on the outside too. We forgot to mention, Matt, there's 4 different paint schemes that you can choose from, and we're allowing you to change what we do a paint special.
Oh.
So you have the graphics.
Yep.
And let's say you're a Harley owner and you love that Harley orange, right?
Okay.
You can literally take one of the stripes that are outside and paint it Harley
Let's
orange.
go. We call that Matt's RV Reviews orange as well.
Yeah, that's it, Matt. Yeah, it's the same thing. So awesome drop down bed, Murphy bed, right? And this is a really cool concept. We wanted to be one of the biggest in the industry. You have a little bit of storage back there, so you could put your iPhone and then charge your iPhone back there. If you have a sleep app machine, it's okay. You can just filter the cord down through some of the storage that's above here. You have the nice little night lights here and accent lights, 110 outlet that you can put in here. But obviously, I mean, Matt, this thing is gigantic here. I'm 6 foot, so this gives you an idea of how much room I have. So Matt, it's not only me, it's my wife, and it's Rocco, right? Our lab, our yellow lab can be right here with us. So
And it's a huge size as well.
it's gigantic.
Like,
Yeah,
you don't
we wanted it to be
see
one of the
this,
biggest in the industry.
and you're able to still walk through, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that was something that's really important for us. In the original proto, this was out to here, and it was a little tough. So we recessed this back. We gave you the ability to still be able to open up the fridge, still be able to open up the freezer. Even when this is down, you can come back here and get into the bathroom.
And how do we get it up?
So this is nice too. So we knew we wanted to be a little bit different from everybody else. That's what Newmar does. Innovation is in our DNA as well. So we're going to go to our home button here. We're going to see bed, and it says up and down. We're going to press this button. So Matt, this is what it will look like when it's all the way up.
Okay.
So we have these, the unique thing that what we did is, these are little night lights, when you have it down, but they're little sconces when it's up.
Yeah, I love that.
And pull this out. Now you have just a wonderful area back here for your dinette. And you can have 2 people back here, which is super nice. And then, the unique thing about this is that you do have the availability to have a couch here, but in traditional Murphy bed floor plans, you actually have the Murphy bed and a couch, and you have either theater seats or a dinette.
Yeah. No, I love this.
What we did is that we don't give you the either or, we give you the and.
Dang.
Right? So we wanted to do Murphy bed. Now you got a dinette. Now you got a workstation here, and you can get theater seats.
And actual comfortable theater seats as well.
Sure. Yeah.
Because again, when it is a Murphy sofa, you are sacrificing a little bit on the comfortability of that sofa.
Yep. Again, just standard fridge and freezer that you're going to have in this coach, but a great size for this compact Class C. And then also induction cooktop. So really nice feature here is that you have a giant storage here. When you get the all-electric option, you're always going to have the induction cooktop. If you get the generator, it's a propane-based generator, then you can have a propane-based cooktop as well. So if that's something that you wanted.
Great.
So you got some hang-up storage in here, right? And adjustable shelves, storage for linen. Real nice area back here, for a medicine cabinet. This is what I love about this. This is a nice beveled sink, and then some additional storage around here. Toilet is actually a porcelain toilet, not a plastic toilet, which is really nice to have. And then when you hop inside here, going to be inside the shower. But Matt, this is what's nice. Features that you'll see in a luxury diesel motorhome are now in this compact Class C. Just a really nice area here where you can shower, and it's also has what's called an aquamizer.
Yes.
So, you know, I'm sure your viewers know this is a great way to save water when you're boondocking or dry camping. You know, to have one of these in this space, again, just different, right? It was a different mentality. It was, let's have the luxury of a Class A diesel inside a compact Class C, and I think we've done a good job of it.
I think you did too. And America wants to know the price. So why don't you come out the shower and tell us the price? And while he comes out, guys, make sure you get Liquified, our brand of RV toilet tank treatment. I'll link it down in the description below. And literally right as I said that, you hear that, Matt? Somebody just bought Liquified. Let's give him a shout out. And it was Jody from Louisiana. Shout outs. Thanks so much for buying while we were filming. Love that. Matt, with that said, this is, I will say this, hands down, the best B+ Class C Mercedes in the RV industry, period. Looks, quality, features, everything. This is the best. America wants to know, what is the MSRP?
Yeah, thanks, Matt. So this one is fully loaded. It has everything. It's got your Starlink, it's got the theater seating, and it's got the full 960 amp hour power pack to it. So this one is MSRP at $335. Usually it'll come in, you know, anywhere from $299 to $335.
Depending on options.
Depending on options, yep.
And again, guys, you got to remember, that is MSRP. But fortunately for you guys, I work with General RV, and we don't sell Newmars at MSRP. So if you guys are interested in getting the absolute best price on a Newmar, make sure you guys click my link down below. Go to generalrv.com/MattsCash. I've linked it down below. Reach out to a member of our team. We actually have Newmar specialists that will get back to you, and they will always get you one thing and one thing only, and that is the absolute best price in America. Matt, thank you so much for taking a ton of time, actually, and being on the show today. Open house is always crazy, so we really do appreciate it. What do you want to say to everybody who's watching, who's considering looking at Newmar?
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's staying true to how Newmar was founded, right? On the principles of building a truly quality motorhome, taking care of you after the sale better than what we think, you know, a lot of the industry does. And it's just, you know, we want to make sure that we provide quality, luxury, customizable luxury, and we think we really did a good job of this on the 2515.
Well, Matt, again, thank you so much for taking the time today. Guys, drop a comment down below. Newmar reads every single one of your comments. So all your feedback, again, you got to remember, whenever we say the P word, prototype, there is always time for them to make little tweaks and changes. So if there was something that you loved about this unit or didn't like about this unit, drop a comment down below. Matt, really appreciate your time today. Thanks, guys, so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Matt.